Let's do a garden update. Here is one of my raised beds. This is a 4x8. I have green onion planted in here. I also have some cabbages that I positioned in the middle of the bed, and that's because cabbage takes a while to grow, so I won't need to tend to it as much as the cilantro and green onion plus the spinach. I place those all strategically to where I can pick from them easily. Here's that spinach. Again, this is some cabbage, and then in the very back I planted some flowers. That's a new addition to my garden this year, is adding a variety of flowers. Here's that cilantro. Cilantro is a great herb to grow. It's easy to grow. It does prefer cooler temperatures, so you have to watch it to make sure it doesn't bolt. But it is perfect for picking and adding to fresh salsas or soups. Here's that beautiful little cabbage, and you can see some of them are quite spaced close together, so I'll go back through and thin these. Here is a kale, and that's an example of bolting. With these warmer temperatures, this kale is already starting to bolt, so I'll remove that flower head. And that helps to slow down the process so that you can continue picking fresh kale for a little bit longer before the temperatures get too warm. Now I have grown kale in the garden through the summer, even in high heats, by having it placed in shaded areas, positioning it so larger plants provided shade. Here's a little Swiss chard. We also have some carrots that were left over, and here are my tomatoes that I transplanted a couple weeks ago. By the end of it, this garden bed will be full of a variety of delicious produce, including tomatoes, green beans, jalapenos, cucumbers. We're going to try to see if we can have some success this year with some eggplant. Here is my last garden bed where I have some potatoes that I saved from the grocery store, planted them in the ground, and they are doing wonderfully. This is my last garden bed, and this one will also be full with wildflowers, zucchini, tomatoes, and yellow squash. And finally, here we have my blueberry bush. All of these little flowers will turn into fresh blueberries, making them easy to collect. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to follow along to get more easy gardening tips for growing your own food right from your backyard.